Four, good. Francisco, just I'm sure you heard the words of your manager after that last game here, talking about you being the MVP. What's that mean to you to hear your manager and your teammates singing your praises like that?
It's special. It's special. It means I'm having a good year. And usually when you get put in that situation, it also gives you at least in the playoff contention in my mind. So I appreciate what they're saying. However, I'm focusing on playing winning baseball day in and day out, and that's what it's all about.
You look at this team; it's been a little bit of a roller coaster, right? Obviously, you didn't get off the start, but you're playing your best baseball at this point in the season. What does that mean for the franchise and the organization?
I love it. I mean, we put ourselves in a deeper hole that we wanted to early in the year, but we have found a way to make it closer to the end of towards the top of the hole, you know, and the goal is to get out of it, be in the postseason, and anything can happen once you're in the postseason. So we just got to stay the course, continue to climb, and back each other up no matter what.
Francisco, obviously having Jose in the lineup every single day, you know, Carlos just talked about wanting to get him some off days, but it's got to be hard for him to come out, especially when he's hitting 5 straight. And, you know, are you seeing any sign that he can be anything less than sort of an everyday guy down the stretch?
He prepares. He comes out every single day. He's ready to play. He wants to play. He has helped us a lot from the very minute he stepped in the clubhouse. So having him in the lineup day in and day out, it's definitely helping us win, you know, and the manager, Mendy, and the front office, they put lineups together to make sure we win ball games, and every time they put him, we feel confident that he's going to help us win the game that day.
¿Qué significa que te estén catalogando para jugador más valioso, Francisco?
Para mí es especial y es bonito, ¿entiendes? Es algo que sería un sueño. Es un honor y un privilegio poder ganarlo, pero al final del día estoy enfocado en ganar todos los días, ¿entiendes? Jugar béisbol para ganar todos los días y que sea lo que Dios quiera al final de la temporada.
Igual, ¿cuáles han sido tus claves personales, tus fortalezas para dar esta temporada sensacional?
Consistencia en mi ética de trabajo, consistencia en la forma que corra base, que bateo, que fildeo, ¿entiendes? Busco la forma de mantenerme igual, ser el mismo jugador todos los días, no dejar que un momento sea más grande un momento sea más pequeño, ¿entiendes? Poder mantenerme even Q, como dicen los americanos, enfocado en lo mío que es ganar.
Francisco, how do you guys inside this room look at this stretch now, 16 games left, almost all of them against really good teams?
Yeah.
How do you guys look at it?
I mean, it's going to be a great battle. It's going to be a great test for us, you know. If we make it out of this stretch in a good position, the postseason should be fun, you know, because we're going to face probably pretty much the top, you know, elite pitchers that are competing for Cy Young, pitchers that are competing for best relievers in the game. So it's gonna be a tough one, but it should be fun. You know, that's what we prepare for, that's what we play for, and we look forward to playing good baseball, good winning baseball.
What does it mean to you if you look back just on the way that the season has gone, that you guys are even in this position with 2 weeks left to play your way into the playoffs?
This is what I always wanted. You know, I always wanted to be in this position towards the end of the year. You know, that's what I meant by just keep your head above water. You know, if you keep your head above the water early in the year, you're going to put yourself in a position where you're going to be able to fight for a playoff spot. And that's where we're at right now. So we're in a special position. We got to go out there and take it. Nobody's going to give it to us. Nobody's going to hand it out. And on the other side, they're also competing for a playoff spot. So it's going to be good baseball for the next 2 weeks, 3 weeks that we have left of the year. We just got to stay the course.
Francisco, is there something you look at as the turning point in the season for you guys?
There's been a lot of moments, you know, that helped us get to where we are today. Just whether it's the hitting coach Chavez just telling us like we got to go, whether it's Mendy having meetings with us, whether it's players going down, you know, and saying the next man up mentality. There's been a lot of moments throughout the year that it's like it's going to contribute to where we are today. So we just gotta learn from where we were, and we gotta continue to push forward. You know, at the end of the day, nothing's going to be given to us. So enjoy the ride, enjoy where we are today. Focus on today, and we'll see what happens tomorrow.
¿Cómo encaran esta recta final? Hablan un poco de la mentalidad del equipo en estas semanas.
Hay que mantenerse enfocado, hay que mantenerse luchando, hay que mantenerse unido. En unión está la fuerza. So, mientras uno se mantenga unido, mientras uno se mantenga enfocado en el presente y no en el pasado ni en el futuro, cositas buenas van a suceder. So, con la mente clara, con lo que queremos hacer y seguir hacia adelante.
Anything else? All right. Thank you, Francisco. Thank you.
This Phillies team went through a little bit of a lull mid-season, but now, at least results-wise, is rounded back in the form. What is the biggest challenge that they present when you look at them right now?
Yeah, they're deep, and they can beat you in a lot of different ways. They can pitch. Starting pitching is really good. Their bullpen is deep, righty, lefties. And it's every day. They use 2-3 guys today, and they got 3 different guys the next day. And then their lineup, man, that's a deep lineup. The top hitters are pretty special, but then some of the other guys that they got on the bottom of the lineup, and they can play the matchups too. They threw a lot of righties of Quintana, but then they got a bunch of lefties. That there's a reason. The record that they have. There's a good team, but we also have a good team here, and we'll be ready to go.
Carlos, anything up with Marte? Because he's hit Nola well, he's hit the Phillies well. Is he okay?
Yeah, he's fine. It's just the same thing. The rotation that we got. Yeah, I look at the numbers, but with the lefties that are coming up next here, there's a good chance he's going to be in there, and we're not playing him, more than 3 in a row, 4 in a row. So it's just trying to take care of him as much as possible. And I thought, even though he's got good numbers against Nola, but not only the 2 lefties that we got coming up, then you're looking at the series against the Nationals, and then we're going to be facing these guys again. So there's a lot of lefties, so I have to kind of monitor the workload there for him.
In terms of Jose Iglesias, sort of a similar question. I know you talked about being concerned about limiting workload, but when he just gets a hit every time he's going out there for you, does it change how you think about sort of when and where to get him that rest?
Yes, 100%. And now we're probably in a position where I'm going to have to ride him if he's feeling good. This is a different case here. Marte was down for a couple of months with an injury. Knock on wood, Iglesias has been healthy, but it's just more trying to keep him as fresh as possible. But off day yesterday, and then we'll see how far he can go, how many games in a row. But ideally you want to have him in there as much as possible now that McNeil is down.
What ended up being the case with Blackburn?
Yeah, we're still waiting. He's going through a battery of tests. But the one thing I can tell you is this is going to be a week to week. I don't think we'll see him pitch in the next 7 to 10 days. But he's still going through some tests back in New York.
Did you slot in McGill anywhere yet in the rotation?
Yeah. So Manai's going Monday. McGill's going Tuesday.
Anything up or new with Christian Scott?
He's throwing a bullpen on Sunday. He continues to throw. See what we got. So.
What have you seen from David Peterson that most impresses you out of this run that he's had, to the point that he's become, essentially one of your top 3 starters here?
Yeah, I mean, he's throwing strike. The 4-seam's been a factor for him, even though it wasn't the case the last outing. And his ability to slow the game down. When he gets in trouble, he keeps making pitches, gets a ground ball, gets out of it. I think his ability to slow the game down, he's staying on the attack, he's using all of his pitches, he's throwing strike. So there's a lot to like there.
How do you think about the potential of Kodai Senga being back here before the end of the season, factoring into your plans moving forward?
Well, I mean, he's progressing well, but I don't want to get too far ahead, We just got to stay the course here, He threw another bullpen with hitters standing up today. The next step will be the same at Citi Field, whether it's Monday or Tuesday, where he'll throw and he'll face hitters. But I don't want to get too far ahead. But he continues to progress well, and we'll see what we got after that.
That was Monday, Tuesday he might face hitters, or the next one after Monday or Tuesday?
He's scheduled to face hitter Monday or Tuesday when we get back to Citi Field.
Yeah.
Francisco Alvarez, when he had a downturn last year and again this year, what seemed to go with it in both cases was he was not hitting fastballs nearly as hard, so like a 10-mile-per-hour drop in exit velocity. That's up this month. I'm wondering if you've seen that and if you see other indications that his process is better than it's been.
Yeah, definitely. His at-bats, they've been better. There's a reason why he went 3 in a row in Toronto. We like the at-bats. I think mechanically, the timing, he's better. He's making better swing decisions because he's getting ready earlier. And that allows him to be on time for the fastball and impact the baseball. So, yeah, he's making progress, feeling better, and we like where he's at, for the past week or so.
Manny, when you look at the standings overall, obviously the division not completely out of reach here, but those 3 games against the Braves are going to be huge. How do you balance just making it into the October dance here with going after it and just maximizing every game?
Yeah, we're not looking at the standing, to be honest with you. I think our mentality has been one day at a time, one series at a time, and that's the case here. You know, we have a big game today, a huge series, and that's where we're concentrating on today's game. How can finding ways to beat these guys and to get out of here with a serious victory. And then, you know, we got the Nationals, like the Atlanta series, that's too far ahead for us. Like, we got to take care of business now. It's a day-to-day thing.
You've known Luis Severino a long time. How have you seen him evolve this season?
Great. This is a guy that is, you know, a mature player now. I think that what he went through the past couple of years with his injuries and, you know, the results that he wasn't getting, he worked so hard, you know, and I'm just proud of him. The fact that, you know, he's putting himself in a position where he's helping us. He continues to take the baseball, knock on wood, and he's been huge for us. So proud of him.
Carlos, when you look at Senga and you look at the calendar, where you guys are, all of that, how hard is it to be patient and do you try to do the math as to, you know, what can he give us in October that's realistic?
Yeah, I mean, look, I feel like I'm gonna go back to spring training, and when you envision a 6-man rotation, and you know he goes down, and when we potentially have him back, then we get him back, and then he goes down right away. So I think, look, when he's healthy, man, that was electric when we saw him pitch that game against the Braves. But it's hard for me to sit here and say, man, you know, if he's healthy again, or where do we see him? Like, I gotta wait and see, you know, before we can, you know, have this type of conversation. I just like where he's at physically, and hopefully he's a factor for us down the stretch.
Do you get the sense that he thinks he'll be back this year?
I think so, yeah. I haven't been around because we've been, but the reports that I'm getting, that we're getting, is that, yeah, that's the feeling that we got, that hopefully we'll get him here at some point before the year's over.
And how do you feel about the idea of a short start for him followed by a long man or piggyback type of situation?
Yeah, I think we gotta wait and see, you know, how we're gonna get there, you know, and the build up, how many pitches is he gonna be able to give us on an outing, even though it's a short outing, however we wanna call it, or is it too much to ask him to come out of the bullpen? I mean, it's a routine, there's a lot here. I think we just have to wait and see where he's at physically before we make a decision.
Given how particular he seems to be about things, is bullpen on the table realistically?
Too early to tell. You know, I guess we'll have a better idea after he gets done with his next session when we get back to Citi Field, and then what's realistic, and we got to talk to the player too. So.
And has Nunez started throwing?
No. So with Nunez, he's got a flexor injury. He got a PRP today. He's done for the year. So we won't see Nunez back this year.
How disappointing is that?
Yeah, disappointing. You know, he's been huge for us, and we had hopes that we were gonna get him back, and that's not the case. So I got a second opinion. Saw that flexor injury, and he got a PRP today, and yeah, it's disappointing. Big blow, but guys will continue to step up.
Is surgery on the table if this PRP doesn't really take?
Well, I mean, everything is on the table, you know, but right now we thought that was the best route, you know, go with the injection here, and hopefully that works, and then we don't have to worry about surgery, but too early to tell. We'll have to wait a few weeks or a month or however that is.
When you say flexor injury, what exactly was the injury?
I don't have the details. I was just told that the ligament seems to be fine,
yeah.
Which is a good news. But we're hoping that, you know, the PRP does the work here, and we avoid surgery.
How much of a surprise is this, given that when he went on the IL the second time, it seemed like optimistically maybe just the 15 days?
Yeah, because that's what we thought.
Yeah.
And then, but he didn't progress the way we expected it. We, you know, waited for the inflammation to go down, and that's when we decided to go, because he was making progress, but not the way we would like to, and that's when we decided to go for an MRI, and that's what it showed.
Sorry, you might not know the answer to this, but if the ligament's fine, what would a potential surgery look like? What would it be?
I don't know. I don't know about that. So
What's Christian Scott up to?
he's throwing a bullpen on Sunday.
Do you think of Scott the same way you think of Senga, as in, you know, once he's here and healthy, then I'll think about what he can do
Yes.
for us?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is that we get those guys healthy, and then we'll have to make a decision.
All right.